I'm your host, Mr. Perspective, Doug Bennett. And on the keys, on the boards, on the ones and twos is my man B Easy. What up, B?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Today I'll give you a pass on that because we're gonna have to keep our answers short and sweet. We are literally, America, coming to you live in the middle of a rainstorm, a tornado.
It is where we have a tornado watch.
I didn't even know Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. got tornadoes. I really didn't. I thought that shit was...
for the last 10, 20 years.
Wasn't that like Kansas or something? Like, don't you
No.
need a whole bunch of dirt for a tornado? Dust and shit? Like, remember that movie with the cow?
Tumbleweeds too?
Huh?
You need to add some tumbleweeds?
Nigga, I think you need two white people with a truck that goes driving into the fucking tornado for it to be a valid tornado. I was totally unaware. A DMV is known for go-go music, mambo sauce, and clubs shutting down one week named something and opening up the next week named something else. I did not know tornadoes was a part of the DMV culture.
Yep. Thanks to climate change or global warming or whatever we want to call it these days. It thanks to that.
What is climate change?
It is based off of how the weather has
Google break. I'm gonna let him keep going.
yeah, do your Google break. But pretty
Siri,
much
what is climate change?
Climate change describes a change in the average conditions, such as temperature and rainfall, in a region over a long period of time. NASA scientists have observed Earth's surface is warming, and many of the warmest years on record have happened in the past 20 years.
No wonder they say we going to hell in a handbasket. Listen, climate change is nothing more than, I don't know, seasonal weather.
No.
Oh
No,
my
no,
God.
no,
Okay,
it's not.
okay, Tom Brokaw. Then what is climate change?
Like Google said.
She don't know shit.
Yes, she does. So, like they said, normally the average temperatures would be pretty much like, let's say for this particular summer in Maryland, because I've known this for all my life, pretty much in the good high 90s. But on occasion, you will have your occasional rain, occasionally. This has been going on constant. And the unfortunate thing is he comes in with a whole bunch of cold fronts coming out of nowhere. So with that, that's why we end up getting a lot of tornado warnings, because hot air and cold air mixing at the same time causes a whole bunch of turnaround, and it causes, the twisters. So that's been the
So
main
now we
problem.
talking about games.
Yeah, you can call it games.
Twister.
Well, not that type
Right
of
hand on blue.
twist.
Listen. Right hand on red. Listen, let's
Be a
stop
lot of
this.
hands and-
That climate change is nothing more than God doing his thing. So when
Which
they
is
say
what?
that is
Causing problems?
climate change ain't nothing more than God doing his thing. Like, I don't understand this. We need to control climate change. You trying to control God. That's what you trying to do. God wanted to rain.
No.
What's
Not
that
like this.
Ashanti song? Rain on me. What does she say? Lord, help me. Thank you. Lord, she acknowledges Jesus. Shout out to Ashanti.
But-
Rain on
But
me.
did she want like 100 milligrams of rain for like 2 weeks?
Oh, wait. What was the measurement you said? 100?
100 milligrams
Nigga, this ain't aspirin.
or milliliters. Let's put it that way.
Oh my God, bruh. Listen, Ashanti had it right. Rain on me. Lord.
Because I'm being abused.
Lord.
Isn't that what
See,
the video
you
is?
see how he always take it? He take it somewhere else. Lord, climate change. You can't control the climate. That's God. Man, I'm over it. Nelly better marry that girl, boy. Nelly better not put her ass back on the market because he ain't getting a third shot. Nelly has got to be, I know this is a sidebar, but we was talking about Ashanti and raining on him, and blessings is equated with rain in the Bible. Nelly, you've been in a storm for a while because how you lose Ashanti for whatever reason and then get her back, I don't have no words except bravo, Cornell Haynes Jr., bravo. I can't even use your moniker. I got to use your government. Bravo, Cornell Haynes Jr. Bravo. Bravo. No hating here, buddy. Bravo. That's how bad the storm is. That's how pissed off God is, y'all trying to control him. He's setting off alarms. Just crazy, man. Crazy. Man, what was your weekend like, man? Because I just got back from Florida yesterday. I had to bury my aunt out there, man. As y'all know, my aunt had passed away a couple weeks ago. And we had to take her down. She was born in Callahan, Florida, which is a town outside of Jacksonville, and she wanted to be buried out there, and we did. And it's funny because we went out there, and this is the reason why I feel like we failed the generation after us, because we went out to this cemetery, and literally my grandma's there, her mother, my great-grandma's there, my great-grandfather, my great-uncle. Like, I have generations of family there, and my cousin Spence and his son Spence Jr. was there, and we call him Scooby. And he was there, and we were just giving him the breakdown of the family lineage, just showing him all of these plots and everything. And we looked at him, and it was a lifetime moment. The only thing we was missing was music. And we looked at him, and he said, "Son, this is your blood. What do you have to say about it?" He looked at his dad and said, straight-faced, "So where do you want to be buried?" Now you know why we call him Scooby, because he is in a doggy-dog world. We sat there and had a deep conversation with this kid about his great-grandma, his great-great-grandma, his great-granddaddy, his great-great-granddaddy, and the first thing he wanted to do was put his one daddy in a plot. And then tried to say like this, "Well, I'm just thinking about your future." Obviously not, if you want me to be in the past tense. He was like, "Yeah, no, I'm just trying to be proactive." And then gonna try and put it on his father. "You ain't never thought about it?" His dad was like, "No, I'm too busy thinking about inhaling and exhaling because I'm living right now." These kids are something else, bro. Kids are something else. I was just blown away. His dad just drove back in silence the whole time. Just drove back in silence, just kept looking at his son like, "You just ready to take the throne, ain't you? Just ready." It's correct. But it was a cool time, man. It really and truly was. We sat up there and we shared stories and all of that. But it just reminds me of why family reunions are once every so often. I'm telling you, bro. Some of those kids there. I was going to kill somebody's kid and tell God he died. I'm dead serious. I really and truly was. But I love my family, man. And rest in peace. Rest in peace to my auntie Brenda. What about your weekend? What was up with you?
Pretty much relaxing. Caught up with the Marvel Secret Invasion.
You still on that Marvel shit?
Shoot, man, I tell you. Oh, the Marvels trailer is epic. I love it. So I can't wait for that one. But I did go see the Meg. I was entertained by that.
The what?
The Meg. It's about a megalodon, a big giant.
Oh, the huge shark joint.
Yeah. So
you really think that thing ever really existed?
Yeah, it did. They have proof.
What? Just the mouth?
No. Yeah, they do exist. They did exist. So, actually, surprisingly enough, I found out these were, I think we had this discussion about how movies.
I don't talk about sharks.
Well, no, what I'm saying is lately a lot of movies been made from other source materials.
Yeah.
And this was made from a book. So I didn't realize, because I seen the first one, and I found I was like,
guarantee you that'll stop National Geographic from Shark Week. Let them find one of them big motherfuckers down there. I guarantee you that'll stop them.
So the guy, actually the author of these Meg books, he wrote 5. So they already made 2 of them as movies. So
how many of these sharks are like explain it? 5 books? Like he turned it into a Harry Potter series?
Yeah.
Off of one animal. What were books 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 about? Because I'm sure you covered everything in chapter 1. Well, it's a fucking monster. Stay out of the ocean.
Well, the thing is, after the first one, there was still another one.
What, another one?
Yeah. So
What is DJ Khaled of the deep sea? And another one.
yeah, so the second when I saw the second one, they had here's the funny thing. So they said that they found a pup, quote unquote.
A pup.
Yeah, a pup.
That's what they call them?
Yeah, that's what they call them. So
I wish my dog did have a pup with a mouth that fucking big.
Yeah, and they ended up kept him as a pet, so to speak. And then there was two others that were down in the trench, and that's what the subtitle of the movie is called, The Trench. So, and again,
I just have one question, and
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's self-explanatory. Yes. It's almost rhetorical. Was the author white?
yes,
There you go. There you go. There you go. I said it once and I will say it again. National Geographic and Shark Week, the equivalent to that is black people having Hood Geographic and having Cop Week. And what we say is, we're going to study cops. And we're going to find out what happens when DeAndre and I don't comply. Like, nigga, we know. Like, for real.
Well, the same brother who was in the first one was in the second one, and he survived both movies. So we'll see him on a third one.
They only doing it because we woke. They only doing that shit because we woke. That's the only. Anytime a black man survives any horror movie now, it's because of woke culture. Because it's not normal, dog. You want to know the fastest time I ever saw a black person die? Scream 2. Remember Jada in the bathroom?
Yes.
If I was Will, I'd have took it to the bathroom. I'd have took it to the bathroom. As soon we would have had a commercial break on Red Table Talk, and I'd have taken her ass to the bathroom, and somebody would have been in there with a scream mask on. That's the like black people don't last to the end of movie. And on top of that, are we talking about in water too?
No, the first person was LL Cool J. He survived. Actually, he survived. His movie that he survived was a shark movie.
You want to know why?
Why? Because
it sounds better with saying I need love than I need an arm, because this fucking shark bit it off. When I'm alone in the ER, sometimes I stare at my nub. For the first time in my life, I see I need love. There I was thinking of it, like, yeah, fuck out of here, man. Come on, bro. LL a superhero, bro, to survive a movie. Is that movie Deep Blue?
Yeah.
Where he was like a cook?
Yep.
That was already fictional. LL don't cook. LL don't cook. All the women he had, LL ain't cooking.
Okay, do you cook?
No.
That's your problem. Because LL, quote unquote, before he got married, hooked out, he probably cooked.
No, he didn't. You want to know why I know LL didn't cook?
Why?
Because the one time he mentioned food in his rhymes, he was talking about pink cookies in plastic bags crushed by buildings. That nigga didn't say a pink roast or a pink steak. He said pink cookies, okay? He didn't bake them bitches. He just said pink cookies in a plastic bag. That proves LL don't cook. Conversations with comedians on Beltway Radio and beyond. I am your host, Mr. Perspective, Doug Bennett. On the ones and twos is my man, Be Easy. Let's get into it, Be Easy. This past weekend, there was the slammer in Alabama. Listen, we've had the Rumble in the Jungle, the Thriller in Manila, but this weekend it was the slammer in Alabama. Did you see the way he threw his hat off?
Yeah.
That's... Can you go back to the hat throw? I want to go back to the hat throw. Because look at this. Oh, it's on. Like that's what, Yo, that is the most dramatic thing, man. Look at that. Look at him. No, but we got to go back. Where's the nigga that turned into Black Aquaman? Where is he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where's the dude that turned into black? Look at this mother. Look at this nigga here.
With the arrow pointed.
With the arrow pointed at him. Who edited this video in real time? This nigga here.
And everyone coming out. And the thing that got me was, I was trying to look for it, was, that's not it.
Let's go
The
with
guy getting the chair, and it was like became WWE.
Yeah, man. Yo, come on, man. Come back to me, man. That nigga turned into Black Aquaman. Did you see that? Jason Momoa ain't got shit on him. Did you? That nigga. Hey, yo, man, Michael Phelps, you got some competition, bro. Did you see that? Yo, what's your thoughts on that joint, man? I mean, like I said, Rumble in the Jungle, Thrill in Manila, The Slammer in Alabama. What do you think of that?
That at first I was like,
That nigga swam from shore to shore.
Yeah, when I saw some of the quick memes they were putting out, I was like, what the hell happened here? Because I saw one that had a T-shirt with the showing of the folded out, chair.
Yeah,
this is like,
they made merchandise already.
Well, you know how the internet is.
God.
So I was like, okay, what the hell happened here? So I end up looking at the video, and I saw this I was thinking it's like this. I thought it happened like weeks ago or months ago. No, it happened this past Saturday at a Alabama.
That's the reason why a lot of y'all didn't tune into SummerSlam. Yeah, because y'all saw this.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. Because that joint, man. First and foremost, I'm wondering to myself, forget the fight. I'm talking about the theatrics of it all. Did you see the way that nigga tossed his hat?
Yep.
Like, bro, there are I don't know if y'all are familiar with James Bond films, but there was this villain on James Bond. It was this Asian guy who was a butler for Dr. No.
I know who you're talking about.
And he used to take his hat off and throw it at stuff.
Actually, it was Goldfinger.
Goldfinger, he would take his hat off and throw it at stuff and knock the statue's head off and it would come back. Maybe that's him. Because the manner in which, show him throwing the hat again. Forget the rest of the fight. I want to see the hat throw.
Oh, hold on a second.
Because I'm just trying to figure, when you throw a hat like that, you're not supposed to end up on the ground getting stomped. You're supposed to be messing people up. They're supposed to look at you with fear. This nigga took his hat off. Him taking his hat off was the equivalent of your daddy coming home taking his belt off. Shit, dad done took his belt off. You in trouble now. He took his hat off. Half of his power went in the hat. I gotta see this hat throw. Hold on. The reason why the white dude is probably beating him is because he kept his hat on.
And then you get 5-on-1 and all that stuff.
I'm just trying to figure out me personally.
And here comes Aquaman. The guy whites out.
Yes. And me, it's Alabama. So I know there's some Negroes around. What took them so long?
They didn't know what was going on. I don't know what the funny thing
Nigga, he gave them the signal. That's a smoke screen, nigga. That's an SOS if I've ever seen one. Help. Nigga, come. Climate control. That's it. Rain on me, Lord. When he threw it, Lord. Bruh, that was the sign. Everybody's think about it. Signs, clapping, women snatching dreams out of air. That nigga threw his hat. That nigga went Patrick Mahomes on that fucking hat. Bruh, we got to start, us in the black community, we got to start working on our signals more. Because I'm serious.
Well,
man.
they came in.
No, now they came and took care of business.
Yeah.
They came and took care of business. But that hat throw was amazing.
My question is, what started it? It just seems.
See, that's your problem. You get into the reason for shit. I don't need a reason, okay? I don't need a reason. I like the theatrics. The only three things we're gonna remember from this is the hat throw, the chair, and Aquaman. Where was this nigga that he jumped into the water and started? Where was he? Where? What part of the shore or the Gulf Coast was he on where this nigga said, "Hark, I hear danger"? There it is. What is that?
Well, guess his seahorse wasn't available.
Yes, I know, right? Hey, yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, homeboy, whoever his homeboys are, y'all got a loyal one. That nigga down like 4 flats on the Cadillac. I'm telling you that right now. God forbid he ain't have like a speedboat or some shit. That nigga would have took that whole dock out. Just jumped the fuck out while it's still going forward. Yo, man, I'm telling you. The hat throw is what did it for me because that was the universal sign I'm getting my ass whooped. And no nigga showed up. So, hey, man, shout out to the Slammer in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? That shit was more entertaining than SummerSlam. Yo, moving on. My man Neo is finding himself in a thunderstorm. He, pun intended, his climate is definitely controlled. Neo apologizes for his anti-transgender comments. If you haven't heard, Neo was on a recent podcast, and he says he doesn't agree with parents participating in the transitioning of children. And he feels as though, he said that parents have sort of lost their way in the sense of what their job is as a parent, which is to guide their child. You know what gets me about this without even touching on it directly is just, haven't you noticed that there are communities out there who advocate and ask for tolerance, but they don't give it? I'm just saying. I've noticed that we live in a climate where we're asking for stuff that we're not ready to give to other people. Forgiveness. Why should he apologize for how he feels? He didn't say that he wishes any violence, did he? You look, I don't want to touch on this. I don't want to talk about this, blah, blah, blah. Like a good interviewer should say, what is off limits? What do you not want me to touch? But a lot of times they'll ask that just to know what to touch. Like there was this one interviewer with Malik Yoba earlier this year he was about to get into a fight with. Because dude was asking him questions that he was like, so bro, you're going to ask me something that we already discussed prior to the interview that I didn't want to talk about. And the nigga looked at him and threw his hat off and said, fuck it. It is what it is. Woo. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I get it when you say about certain battles not wanting to, you shouldn't want to fight certain battles. But my question is, are we in a place right now where people can't even express how they feel?
Yes and no.
Nigga, that is not, you might as well say maybe.
Okay, maybe.
That was sarcastic. Oh, literal.
But the point is the fact that we're in a situation to where it's like, okay, you're going after a group, and especially the group, the alphabet group.
But what is that going after them? What is that?
Again, they're getting more powerful by the minute. With every word that you
make them jokes sound like Thanos.
Yeah,
they just continue to collect stone after stone.
Right. And if you feel that, whoever if you go against them in any form or fashion, you figure it's like, okay, this is, it's wrong. You should leave them be and all. So again, to me, it's like, why are you fighting this battle? Why even benching it? Why even say anything? Just sort of like,
well, he was asked about it.
That's the thing. It's like, why was he asked? What was the point of it? That's how it feels. Like if someone asks you a question about like something of that nature, would you answer it?
Yes.
Why?
Clickbait. It's like, oh no. I understand what you're saying. I do, and I'm not disagreeing with your point about battles not being, certain battles not being fought. I mean, a lot of our relationships would last longer if we practiced that. I guess my big thing is he wasn't going. He didn't say you couldn't do it. He was just talking about from the standpoint of a parent to a child. That's what he was talking about. Okay. So I mean,
from a guy who has multiple kids with multiple women, and for whatever reason he has to
So you're going to get mad with Neo because he's not selfish.
Hey.
I'm not going to give all of my loving to one person. You see, selfish. I just want y'all to know that. I'm into community.
Well, he's a beautiful monster, as most women will probably tell.
A beautiful what? No, say that shit again. Yo, you ain't going to just breeze past
You ever
that.
heard of his song Beautiful Monster?
Hell no.
That's one of it's from that song Libra scale.
That's like an agreeable masculine woman.
Kind of, yeah.
Thank you. Have you ever met one?
A few.
I know I have in America. How about you? A beautiful monster. A beautiful monster? How many drinks have you had?
I was sober.
No such thing. Listen, I was in the military. The closest I came to a beautiful monster was leaving. It was instead of leaving with a 2 at 10, I left with a 10 at 2. Okay? Got of here, bro. A beautiful monster. Well, who write? I guarantee you, who wrote that song? Because it sounded like he did.
That's the name of the song.
Beautiful monster.
Yes.
Google break.
There's a music
Siri,
video and everything.
name beautiful monster song. Neo.
Told you.
What are the lyrics to this shit? Nah, keep going. I want to know. I'll keep talking about it. Keep talking.
Okay. Well, for those who have never seen it, he did this movie for his album called Libra Scale. And there's this beautiful dancer who he fell in love with.
It was a monster.
Yeah, but he got superpowers and everything. It was supposed to be a movie that no one saw.
I'm sure.
But he just cut it up into music videos. So the beautiful monster part was supposed to be the end of the movie, where the girl he fell in love with was his villain. And
It's starting to sound more and more realistic.
Yeah.
America, here are the lyrics to Beautiful Monster. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say it like a thespian. All my life and the hereafter, I've never seen one like you. You're a knife, sharp and deadly, and it's me that you cut into, but I don't mind. In fact, I like it. Though I'm terrified, I'm turned on, but scared of you. Chorus. She's a monster, beautiful monster, but I don't mind. I need her, said I need her, beautiful monster. But I don't mind. Now that I've read those lyrics, sounds like a couple of women in my life that I've dated. Kudos, Neo. What a way to bring reality to the world of the arts. I suggest listening to Beautiful Monster. I really and truly do. I was like my baby mama. All right, my bad. My bad. Seems like I caught myself in a twister. I guess getting back to the subject at hand, man, I'm just finding a lot of hypocritical contradictions in this world. We ask for tolerance, but we don't give it. We want grace, but we don't bestow it. We ask for forgiveness, but we're hesitant to forgive. So I don't know, man. I mean, it almost seems like we are playing a game of Twister in this world. Like you put your right hand here, you put your left foot there, and you find yourself twisted. I guess you have to live an unapologetic life to a certain degree, or you're going to go crazy trying to please people. You really and truly are. Man, next, another person in the firestorm is the recently resurfaced Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx got accused of anti-Semitism with his tweet where he posted Jamie Foxx posted on his tweet. What did Jamie Foxx say? I think he said he said He said, accused of anti-Semitism after posting about Jews killing Jesus. But he later deleted the post and apologized, claiming that by they, he meant a fake friend who betrayed him. So the one good thing about it is at least Jamie knows his Bible. The another thing about it is Jamie, well, we just going after people we should just leave alone, shouldn't we? Like, for real, man. It's almost like dating a woman you shouldn't date, which I know plenty about. But they were beautiful monsters. I don't know, man. I mean, what do you think? What do you think? Do you...
I'll say this.
Go ahead, man. Because I really don't know what to say except don't press send. Like, that's all I can think of. Don't press send.
Don't press send. Just
Like,
so you can type it out. Many people have wanting to say something, either yell it out or whatever, but really never told it to anyone else.
yeah.
Just don't need to
I
know
talk to
how
myself all the time, y'all. If I tweeted half of the shit that I talked about,
you'll be arrested.
I'd have to
Yeah.
need some help. Hey, help.
But yeah, it's gotten to the point where it's like, I understand, and this is coming after you did your tweet or X, whatever you want to call it nowadays, of you letting us know how you were feeling after your recent medical battles. So it's kind of like, dude, just go back to recovery. We don't need to hear you until when you're fully ready, like as you said. So for something like this to come out, it's kind of like, what the hell?
I have a theory. I believe the tweet was sent by his clone and then deleted by the original Jamie. I really do. I think the clone set him up and the original Jamie deleted it.
Okay.
That's the best I can come up with because I don't see why you would send this tweet. I get it. Your friend, like, this is the thing that kills me about social media, all forms of it. Why are you entertaining this shit to the point where you're putting your personal business out there? If this friend betrayed you, it's not like the tweet you send out to your millions of followers are going to be like, yeah, Jamie, I know exactly who you talking about. Niggas don't care. Like, I've never understood for the life of me why a celebrity airs their business out on social media.
Because they want validation.
Nigga, you rich.
Again, hear me out. They want validation and they want support, for whatever reason. And especially when it comes to their domestic situations. So because they want it, as they claim, it's like they want to put the information out there before TMZ or whomever gets it. I want to put out my information first. And it's like, okay. So again, all their supporters will back them up and we cloud or muddle the actual truth of what's going on because
you mean play the game telephone like we did when we were 6?
Yeah. So get to the point where it's like we only hear one side of the story, you have to hear the second side.
Who gives a damn about what side? My thing is, nigga, you're rich. Bro, I'm not... Listen, man, maybe I'm just tripping here. Maybe I am. But the equivalent of a star, a celebrity, speaking to somebody on social media about their personal business is like a nigga staying faithful to a girlfriend that don't live around here. Remember back in school, people like, oh, I got a girlfriend, she just don't live around here. Nigga, you ain't got a girlfriend. You got a pen pal. Why are you staying faithful to a chick who don't live around here? Why do you feel an obligation to talk about your personal business with people who want to be you? But since they can't be you, they're going to ridicule you for being you. I don't give a... Listen, man, I said it once, and I'm going to say it again. Once Doug blows, I have sold out. I'ma give you my receipt. Doug, different. You damn right. Like Jay-Z said, do you think I worked this hard to stay the same? There have been rumors about Jay-Z. You think Jay-Z ain't never had any social media. Ever. You want to know why? Because I'm too busy making money, doing business deals, loving Beyonce, and growing these ugly ass dreads. Why do I need to address y'all? I'm Hove, nigga. I'm H to the O-V, V to the is-A. I had to remember the song. The song's over 20 years old. But I'm serious. Why am I addressing people who would give anything to be where I am? So your friend betrayed you. Big deal. You think Jesus would have tweeted from the cross? This motherfucker Judas. Before I give up the spirit and it is finished, I just want to let y'all know, hashtag 30 pieces of silver. Like that nigga, no. Jesus, like, I'm serious. When you on your purpose, you on your destiny, you don't care. Because everything pushes you towards it. So now that to me is a battle that didn't need to be fought. That to me is like, and I know Jamie don't need to take PR advice from me. But if you do, just don't press send. That's all I'm telling people. Because there's no such thing as deleting a tweet. It's there forever. There's no such thing as deleting a tweet, for real. It's serious, man. You know how many times I wanted to tweet something? You know how many times I wanted to tweet something? I'm gonna kill this bitch. I can't press send because just in case she die, I'm the primary suspect. So I'm gonna archive this for. I'm gonna archive it. Like, nah, man. I'm just dead in the water, bro. Come on, man. We got to be better about this stuff. Like, I agree with you on that. Certain things don't need to be fought, but some of us take the path of least resistance. Some of us take a path that has detour. So I guess Neo and Jamie are on the same path right about now. Man, you know what? I've seen a lot of weird things on the internet. Like, I've seen a lot of weird things. Perfect example. That the slammer in Alabama. Love and hip hop shit. The constant bickering between men and women. But what I'm about to show you as a clip has got to be one of the top 3 most unnecessary but weirdest conversation starters ever. Roll it. This has got to be the weirdest thing. I don't even see how you can sit down in your private time, set this camera up, get the lighting right, put your makeup on, and rationalize to yourself that this is a conversation that the whole world needs to see. Let's go.
So I'm pretty sure you guys have already seen the video of the black gyno who was asking women why they don't want a black male gynecologist. And of course, most women say they think that it's weird that a man will want to be looking at women's bodies all day, etc., etc. So he left this message and said, I preach to everyone that you must search until you find a doctor that will treat you like family. My little sister is my patient because she knows that there is absolutely no one that is going to look out for me more than my family. Family first.
Pause. Am I the only one who picked up on that shit? Am I the only one in America? Like, maybe Doug in his old age is starting to really trip. Maybe I hear shit that I shouldn't hear, or I see things that aren't really there. Like, I dated a girl one time who said she saw dead people. So I blindfolded her every time we had sex. All right, so, but did I hear her say that this dude said, as a male gynecologist, which I think is a noble profession, I think it's better than a proctologist or a urologist, a male, hey. But did I hear her say that this dude posted that his little sister is his patient?
Yes, you did.
There are certain battles that don't need to be fought. Then there are certain battle lines that don't even need to be drawn. Then sometimes you just need the weapon, leave the weapon in the fucking armory. I think this is the third one. Keep going.
First. Now, obviously, People thought that this was weird. It was gross. It was disgusting. Why would you want to look at your sister's vagina? But ladies, especially black women, we come on here every day saying how we are not respected, how we are not protected, how our death rate when it comes to birthing a child is extremely high. Yet you get mad that a black male gynecologist wants to make sure that not only the women that he serves, but his family is safe. And my question is, why?
See, this is the one depiction. Listen, whenever a woman moves her hair out of her face, which ain't even in her face, she about to go into some bullshit. Did she really channel and put out a clarion call for black women? Did she?
Yes.
There are very few times in life I can't come up with words. She literally just sat here and said that the way to get respected is to have your family look at your hoo-ha. I'm sorry, America, I'm coming to y'all. Am I hearing what it is I'm thinking I'm hearing, or am I making this up?
No, she said that. Yeah.
Take it, because I really, sometimes you just.
I said it once. I've said it many times on different shows. There are times where you do not have to say anything.
Thank you.
And this is one of those times. It's like,
If there was ever a time.
yeah. Just make, you could have had, since this is from TikTok, you could have did some silly challenge.
Yeah, you could have did a dumb dance,
Yeah,
whatever.
but you going on.
And it's a 2-minute video.
Yeah.
No, 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Am I correct?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to take out the last part because I'm sure she's going to end with a coup de grace. Like, I don't, this.
Actually, let's show the last.
Yeah, let's keep going, man, because let's tackle it all. Let's put a nice little effed up bow on this. Let's go.
Why is that a problem? Why do you instantly have to associate a male with being a pervert? Newsflash, vaginas are not attractive. Most men are attracted to the woman's entire body and not just that one area. And just from experience, I actually had a black male gynecologist for over a decade until I moved. He delivered both of my children. He made me feel very cared for. He was very empathetic. He was concerned about my health, and he made me feel like I was safe in his hands. And no matter how skewed your views may be of family and men in general, I can guarantee you that any day of the week, and I don't care about how none of y'all feel, I will choose my sibling, male or female, to look and take care of my vagina versus somebody that I do not know, especially a white person. So here's the question, ladies, that you need to ask yourself. Do you want to be safe or do you want to be biased?
Okay. And like I said, Finn Balor from the top turnbuckle, coup de grace. If it wasn't for the fact that
All right.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, bro.
Some people try to swing for the fences and they still only get not even past first base. So I kind of knew where she was trying to get at.
Oh, here it is.
no, hear me
Okay.
out.
All right.
Hear me
All right.
out.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I know she was trying to say, hey, at first, when I, trying to read between the weeds of her saying the fact that, it's best to have
She
black
smoked some
people,
weeds before
Yes.
she did this shit.
have black people support black people. She was trying to get that emphasis on the fact that it's like, hey, only black people will support their own and all that. I get that. I was trying to get there, but all this bullshit about
Your family member,
members,
your sibling.
siblings, and it don't matter if it was the male or female and all that stuff. Look, a gynecologist, as long as a gynecologist understands your anatomy, that should be your number one priority.
Especially a white person. Like,
Yeah,
that's the part that throws. See, why do y'all make me come on here and be an advocate for white people as a whole? What does
Ask a question. What's worse, being an advocate for white people or being an advocate for Kim Kardashian? I'll wait. Let the Lord use you.
Technically, if I'm an advocate for white people, I'm half an advocate for her because she half white. But if I'm an advocate for her, then I'm not just half stupid. I'm a full-ass idiot. So, like 12 dozen and half a dozen in one hand, 7 in the other. Listen, the part that gets me about this is when she brought up her male gynecologist, notice she didn't mention him being a family member. Like, this is the reason why I don't have discussions with a lot of women, because they don't make sense. There was an episode, one of my favorite episodes of The Cosby Show is when Sandra and Elvin had the twins. Remember that episode? Dr. Huxtable was a doctor of what?
Pretty much babies.
Babies, delivering babies. Did he deliver his own grandchildren?
No.
Because that would have gotten the Cosby Show canceled years before I know my parents love me. But behind me come what may. Never in front of me come what may. There's a reason why he did not deliver their children. Because there are certain parts you don't want to know about. Listen, what age? It ain't none of y'all business how old I am. Listen, I have just come to the realization that my mother had sex 3 times. My older brother, me, and my younger sister. Other than that, my mother's a nun. My mother didn't even know I lost my virginity until my son's first birthday. Because there are certain things you don't want to know. If you're telling me that my sister needs me to examine her and it's life or death, his eye is on the sparrow. And I know, because one of us is going to die. Either you're going to die because I'm not looking, or I'm going to kill myself after I look.
Okay, now let's change the anatomy. If you were a heart surgeon, would you still operate on your sister if need be?
Probably not. Probably not. And the reason why is because I'm too personally invested.
Okay.
I'm too personally invested.
With that answer, I can understand your argument because of the fact that since you are personally connected to someone. Yeah, you wouldn't
the way because I need somebody who's going to be objective.
Right.
Because the weight of the world would be on my shoulders, and if she doesn't survive, I would die.
Right. And then I feel that woman using it, or beautiful monster, let's put it that way. For her to state the fact is like,
and to sit there and say they're not even attracted to that part, then how do you have 2 kids?
Yes. So
like these arguments are insane.
Right. So the thing is like for her to say that and not mention the fact of your gynecologist has no relation to you because he's totally objective.
Thank you.
But for that person, and especially I think, I just feel like, look, that girl, I don't know, for whatever reason.
That girl thinks that she's so bad. She'll take my joy and make it sad. There is no, listen, could you imagine Stevie Wonder in there? Yes. Stevie. Hey, nigga, get your hand out of there. Yeah. Like, bro, I'm sorry, man. That has got to be one of the most asinine, assa 10, assa 11 things I've ever heard in my life. That is the most asinine thing I've ever heard. Like, really. Like, dog, if I was dating a woman who had a family member, especially a male family member, as a gynecologist, nigga, you're a hillbilly. You're like, this, like, bro, y'all played. I understand playing doctor when you're 5, not when you're 25 or 35. That is sick. Like, that is sick.
The smart decision would be like, hey, I'm referring you to my, business partner.
I shouldn't even have to refer you. You shouldn't even want to come to me. I'm the same person who ripped the head off of your Barbie and flushed it. Now you want me to pull the head of your kid out? Nigga. Boy, and then the clarion call. Especially black women. Y'all keep listening to this dumb shit, bruh. Y'all keep listening to this dumb shit. There's no way she could either still be married or her husband was around when she made that post. Because there's no man.
Her husband was nowhere near.
There couldn't have been. Yeah. There couldn't have been. She's got a private account. She's got a private account. Because I'm telling you right now, man, if I was a husband and I heard that from my woman, I throw that microphone at her like Cardi B. Ow. That's like, ow. Yo, man. Hey, once again, thank you for rocking with us. This Conversations with Comedians on Beltway Radio and beyond, man, bringing comedy to the conversation. We will be back next Monday with a whole bunch of other stuff to talk about and joke with. Until then, for my man on the ones and twos, Be Easy, I am your host, Doug, Mr. Perspective. We will be back next week. Love y'all. Peace.